see me some eggs, some eggs. I want to see me some eggs.
Very few bees here, which is sad.
This was our swarm catch hive, and I suspected, since we had never found a queen in it, that we might actually have laying workers, or a queen that just really didn't mate well and was laying a lot of drone.
Now, there are some possibilities here. We could find a queen walking around after all this time.
That's, I guess, what we'll do first.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'll show you how this guy works. Basically what you do is you go on the outside and you put the little J down.
Oh, it's brilliant.
And you lift it like that.
I love it.
Now obviously there's no resistance on
I
this
gotta
one.
get you the,
And I said, what are you doing here?
Did you take
So
them outside?
I had the queen cells, or I had the queen cages. So I grabbed one of the queen cages and I coaxed her into it. I brought her back here and opened it up and set it on one of the entrances. And she walked in the hive, so that was a nice outcome. And my concern is every cell that I see that has something in it looks like it's turning into a drone. There's the one we squished in. It looks like they cut it open. See how they broke it open on the side?
I can't see that.
Okay. So when it's opened on the side like that,
Okay.
that's an indicator that they killed the queen. They killed it rather than tried to raise it. And again,
Honey,
yeah,
there's a pupa in there. There's something in there.
it's cat brood, but it looks to be incredibly spotty pattern. And may very well be drone brood. When they extend the cells like that, it's bulging above the cell next to it, they're basically taking a worker cell and forcing it to be a drone cell. But again, they're stretching the cells out to try to fit drones.
Unlike a hive with a bad queen, it's almost impossible to get a hive to be right when you've got laying workers, because they look at the workers as being queens and they put out the same pheromone. Unfortunately, there's no good outcome for a laying worker hive other than to dissolve it into another hive. Both Mrs. Badger and the bee didn't want me to give up on this hive, so we compromised and put them down to a 5-frame nuke. And, well, in my opinion, it's kind of a honeybee hospice. But if they do surprise me and start growing out and actually become a strong colony, well, and they did have a hiding queen somewhere, good. Who knows? We can always move them back into a bigger box if that's the case.
A 8-foot-high stainless steel bee.
It's always handy when keeping bees to keep a notepad or a chart or an Excel spreadsheet on where your hives are and what you last did to them. We're about to go in the Troy hive, and the last time we were in the Troy hive, we found a queen, but we hadn't found any eggs or larvae yet.
Get a welder.
Did you have one?
No, that's one thing I never got. Now look at how much activity is going on in here. That's a good sign. Oops. It's gooey.
Yeah. Oh my God.
All right.
You think?
Let's throw these puppies in the frames here.
Let me try.
Okay. So then you just hold that guy and go to the other end and do the same thing. Did it. Now you always have to watch here when you're doing that, because if it's too stuck, you might start pulling the frame apart.
Right.
Here. But there certainly is on the front. That's a nice pile of nectar and even some capped honey. Now it's best when you're doing that bird comb to set an edge flipping.
I'm counting on you to be the edge right now.
Well, you do it like this. You hold it like that against something, and that way you don't jerk it around as you're removing bird comb.
Stuck together.
You're you're better off cutting between the two like this and twisting. And then once they're apart, you just put your fingers in there and pick it up.
Oh yeah, both sides honey.
And this whole side's honey too.
Look at this giant honey blob.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all honey.
That was a bit of cross comb. Keep an eye out. Make sure there's nobody over here like a queen.
I don't think so.
Well, they're doing good with honey, but sometimes when they're doing really good with honey, it's because they're not spending the time with the brood. Honey, 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 honey bee bread. Honey, honey,
Holy
honey, honey,
fuck.
honey, honey.
There's a
Honey,
lot of
honey.
Yeah.
I think I see larvae.
There's
Yep.
there's larvae.
Is that charged? Is there anything in it?
I honestly can't tell you.
But the important part is I do see
Eggs. Are you
larvae.
sure?
I see larvae, I don't see eggs. But it's very young larvae.
Yeah, so that's
Only a couple days
just
old. So that's an indicator
keep our
that,
eyes.
oh, good cap brood. Cap brood, larvae, and eggs.
Let me see. I want to see me some eggs. Some eggs. I want to see me some eggs.
Well, it looks like a little microscopic grain of rice in the bottom of some of these cells.
Where?
You're shadowing over exactly the areas they were in.
Like where?
Up where my thumb is.
Okay, I see it. I see
Okay.
some.
Good, good, good. All right, you want to grab that frame?
No. It's gonna
No.
be fucking heavy.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to
All that honey?
You ready? Yeah. Got it? Hey, cross
Why
comb
can't I get a
happens.
fingerful of that and suck on it?
You can.
It's just not fair.
You can.
It's too scary.
Why?
I
Beautiful,
just
beautiful
wanna
honey, but
taste
they
what
just
it
haven't
tastes like.
bulged out so far.
Hold on, I'm gonna do it.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, I can't get it.
Just walk out there and take the veil off.
I can't take the veil off.
Hold on for a second.
I forgot.
Hold your finger full of honey.
I thought they're gonna get me.
With smoke. I gotta pick this frame up again, and it's
sorry.
a little covered in
I'm
bees.
sorry for that.
That's quite okay. This hive is doing just fine. I don't see any
You think?
point in digging through it any further.
I think we're good.
Let's smoke here. I'm gonna get some of that burr comb off. Let's try to take this chunk of capping out, which you might want to hold on to and suck on later.
I don't know what
It's
to
just
do with
incredible.
it. Yeah, I want it.
Okay. So for now, yeah, let's just put it on this piece of cardboard.
I never sucked a
is-
piece of honeycomb before.
Oh, you didn't? Oh.
Like there's a bee encrusted in it. I'm
Oh,
not gonna want to suck
no.
the bee, but
Puff, puff around the edges. I'm going to drop these guys on top. Now, guys, need you to clear out. Okay, let's see what's going on up here. Oh my!
what?
Oh my!
What do we have? Well,
We have honey.
Oh my gosh, we do.
Yep. How do you like that? These guys are
Badger.
are drawing the top.
This is. Do you realize what month this is? This is just yet June.
June,
We,
but you really,
we're going to need an extract.
really by August is when you need to extract.
Yeah.
And then the goldenrod in the fall, that's you want to kind of let them have. This hive, which was a very troublesome hive,
Is now turning out to be a very
is now
powerful
turning out
hive.
to be a very powerful hive, exactly. Okay, you guys get rewarded that I'm not going to bother you anymore. So we're going to move over to Atlantis. There's bees up here. Oh, that's good. Just get a nice little smoke down. Just go right down here. Ugh, smoke the badger.
Sorry.
You guys are productive. I just stuck this in here 24 hours ago. And here you are,
Is this
drawing it out
like
and
that?
shit. Yep. Again, look at that
Look
brood.
at that brood.
They are just really going to town. This hive is coming alive. So this was another hive that was very troublesome, back and forth. Did the swarm split, did the recombine, was queenless, and sure seemed to have turned it around. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Whoa!
Oh my lord.
Oh my lord!
Good sakes. That's
Feel,
a lot
just
of
try to
honey.
feel the weight on this.
I can see it. I can see from you, your arms buckling.
From my arms buckling. It's just, you see how flat and deep those cells are? That's worker brood. What we saw in that first cell
That
was
was,
puffy like that,
yeah.
which is drone brood, which is why I think they're.
Do you want me to get these things off?
Yeah, let's give it some smoke and then run the knife down. Bottom to top. Great. Tiny little grains at the bottom of the cell.
Yeah. Yep.
Those are eggs. That's less than 24 hours old.
Wow, that's pretty cool. We've got a laying queen.
We have a laying queen. So I'm not sure we really need to go too much further.
I don't think we do because there's not a lot of superseed cells.
Yeah.
Cleaned up a lot. Tommy Chong is telling everybody they should not smoke weed or do any CBD kind of stuff. Very interesting.
Yeah, that is kind of an interesting reversal.
Totally switched sides on that one.
Yeah, really. And normally that means swarm season is more or less over. Doesn't mean there can't be a swarm, but they normally start getting down to business. And these two hives have gotten down to business.
Yeah.
And I think this third hive has gotten down to business once they get themselves a queen. And I think something happened, and that's why there was so much activity at that hive.
We're drawing it out.
Some drawing.
Yep.
They're drawing it out.
Good.
Drawing it out. And I think they're throwing nectar in it.
Good.
So I got a wee hive. Great day. We do have a sad story with Babylon, but as for the original two, Atlantis and Troy are on fire.
Yeah, well, we'll see
So
what
to
happens
speak.
with Babylon.
Yeah.